plumberparts.co.uk. Honest reviews and advice.
Hold tight and welcome to today's very echoey plumberparts.co.uk video. Today we're going to show you a really simple little job, how to hang and pipe up a towel rail. Now towel rails can be quite fidgety because of the brackets they have are just individual little brackets most of the time, not like the long easy brackets that you get to hang a normal radiator on. So I'm just going to show you how to do that right now on this wall just here, and then we're going to fill it up, get it all working, get it burning hot. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video and let's get going. It's going to be absolutely amazingly epic. Hold tight! Right, first things first, prepare the radiator for install. A lot of them have a small bung on top that you need to put in, just like this one here. Do that, and there'll be one on the other side as well that we've already put in. That's your bleed there, put that in and make sure it's closed. Now you turn your radiator upside down and get your spigots ready. These are the bits that will go in at the other end of the radiator that connect onto your radiator valves. They'll either be a TRV or a thermostatic radiator valve or a standard lock shield valve. Now this is the heatsink radiator for this system, so it's going to have two lock shields on it. So I'm just going to PTFE these up now. Of course you can use Boss White, hemp or even Loctite. It all works fine. Just use whatever you feel comfortable with. And then pop each one of these in the other end of your radiator. Do that to both sides. Now get the radiator up against a wall or laying down somewhere you can work on it and have it so you've got the top and the rear facing you. What I usually do is you will have a plate that goes on the wall like that. This part is attached to the radiator and will go into that plate, and this part on the other side of the radiator goes around there and pinches that up. Now what I always do is try and attach the two top ones first so you know roughly what your widths are, and then you can hold up the radiator so you know roughly kind of what height you want it to be at. So let's mock up that right now. I always try to tend to have them as wide apart as possible so you can get any kind of towels in there and stuff like that. Just tighten that up. Make sure it's reasonably straight as well. We don't want this approaching the wall at an angle. We want it to be approaching the wall reasonably square. Once you've got these two mocked up and popped in, we can then twist it round, lift it up, and you might need someone to help you here to mark the centre of one of these or the height at which you want your radiator. As soon as you've got that, we can move on to the next stage. So that's just about, maybe just about here. Yeah, just about there would be lovely. So that's pretty much on the line of this tile along here, so I can remember that. But if it's you, just grab a pencil and just make a mark exactly at the kind of height that you want it to be at the top. Right, so now we know the height that we need. We now need to know where we want the centre of the radiator to be. Now we've got these two pipes here that if I measure them, these are the old radiator, 41.5 there, that's 20.75, just there. Right, once we've got our centre line just here, where we know our centre is, make sure your spirit level's straight and that your spirit bubble is in the middle on this spirit part here, and then draw a line up from there. Just keep on going up until we get to the top where we know the top of our radiator is going to be. So now that we've got the centre and the height, we can then get our wall plates and pop them on just like so, and then measure the distance from centre to centre, 39 centimetres. Divide that by 2, then you'll know how far to measure out from your centre mark here and here. Measure out from our centre line 19.5 and mark, and do the same on the other side, measure out 19.5 and mark that there. Now what we do is get a drill, get the plugs that have been supplied, and we actually attach these two plates onto the wall up here. Same again on the other side where you marked it. And then pop your plugs in and screw your plate to the wall. So we've got our plugs in now, we've got a screw just living down there. These are brilliant, these drills. If you want to buy a Makita drill, check on the description below. I've given you a link, I'm a good lad like that. Right, now that they're both screwed in, we should be able to get our radiator and just marry it up to them. Look at that, fits perfectly, straight away, first time. Isn't that bloody brilliant? Right, so now we go to the bottom of the radiator and do what we did earlier and just mock up our two brackets on the bottom, making sure that they're straight. Right, the main difference with this bit is this time we are going to put on our brackets at the bottom, and then we're going to pick this up, flip it round, push in our top brackets, and then all we need to do for this bottom bit here is marry it up to the wall and just draw a little circle right around where they are. So flip our radiator over and then hang it up there in these two holes. If you're worried, you've got some lock-in screws you can put in there so they won't come off. Now we go back down here. Now we can see exactly where these are going to go. So just draw around them nice and lightly. I'll just pull that away, you should be able to see. Got a nice circle there of exactly where to put that. Do that on both sides and then pull the radiator off. So now we have our mark on the wall there. All we need to do is just put that so it's central to our hole where we've done it. And then in the middle, mark where we need to drill our hole and then drill your hole. Pop your plug in just like that. Right, before you actually screw everything to the wall now, it's probably a good idea you just go around with a wet cloth and then wipe off all your pencil marks, because it's going to be a nightmare to wipe them off when you've got all those grills in the way. So do that now. Then hang your radiator to the wall. Right then, so in at the top, pop, and then in at the bottom. And there we go. All we need to do now is put our little locking screws in the side holes and we're done. Right, now we've got all these put in, you should find your radiators really well attached to the wall. Just make sure that all your screws are tightened up nicely, and then you can pop your decorative caps on. Isn't that nice? Now you can check how amazing you are, okay? Grab your spirit level, pop it on the top. Oh my God, I'm just too goddamn good at this. Right in the middle, also you can tell there as well that the tiling's perfectly level as well, which means we've got another legendary tiler who actually puts in horizontal and level tiles. Oh. The next thing to do is pop our valves on the bottom and then do a little bit of pipe work. We can fill up, vent and get it all going and burning hot and dry some towels out. Yeah. So then, as I'm sure you're aware, we're all really quick at doing pipe work, and it's pretty much as quick as that. All done. All in, pressure tested, filled up and burning hot. I hope you've enjoyed today's plumberparts.co.uk video. I hope that you subscribe, favourite, visit us on Twitter or on Facebook. And I hope you come back whenever to view more of our plumbing videos should you need any help. If you think we've missed anything out or we could do anything better, let us know, okay? Say, comment and all that. I'm going to polish these pipes up right now with a secret recipe what I ain't going to tell ya. I will speak to you later. Hold tight throughout the night.
Plumberparts.co.uk. Honest reviews and advice.